Legend of Living Doll. Once upon a time, in a small town, there was an old house. This house was known for its secret history, which was passed down from generation to generation. Legend had it that this house was home to a living doll. According to the legend, the living doll was created by a great toy maker who lived in this house many years ago. The master was known for his unique skill and talent, and his toys were popular throughout the city. However, the craftsman was a very lonely and sad man. He had no family or friends, and his only company was his created toys. One day, the craftsman decided to create a special doll that was special and unique. He used his skill and magical knowledge to bring the doll to life. When the doll came to life, the master was delighted with her beauty and perfection. He named her Marie, and she became his faithful companion. The master and Marie spent a lot of time together, playing and talking. Marie was an extraordinarily intelligent and sweet doll. She was a favorite of the whole town, and children came from far and wide to see this living doll. Marie welcomed everyone with a smile on her face and was always kind and caring to those around her. In time, however, the master began to notice that Marie began to show her own will. She would walk and talk to herself, and the master realized that she had become an independent personality. Marie also showed interest in the world around her and expressed a desire to explore it. The master was glad that his creation had found freedom, but he was also concerned because he did not know how he could handle such a situation. One day, Marie disappeared from the master's house. The master was desperate and looked for her everywhere. One day, Marie disappeared from the master's house. The master was desperate and looked for her everywhere, going all over town and asking questions of the residents, but no one knew where Marie had disappeared to. A few days later, the master received a strange letter. The letter said that Marie had found a new home in a mysterious abandoned castle deep in the woods, and that she now lived there. The master was confused and frightened for his living doll and decided to set out to rescue her. Arriving at the abandoned castle, the master discovered that Marie was as majestic and noble as a true princess. She was surrounded by mysterious creatures such as magical creatures and magical plants. The master realized that Marie had become the leader of this magical world, and power and wealth were offered to her. However, Marie refused all these temptations. She cared for her new friends and wanted to help them in their world. The master was proud and admired by Marie, and he realized that she had found her place and happiness in this magical castle. Marie has been a legend ever since. Residents of the city told stories about the living doll, which became the protector of the magical world and helps everyone in need. The master returned to his home, but every year he traveled to the abandoned castle to meet Marie and learn of her adventures. The story of Marie and her adventures became legendary, and people came from far and wide to hear the story from the master himself. Many considered her a heroine and a source of inspiration, and Marie continued to live in her magical castle, standing in the depths of the forest, and continued her noble deeds, helping all who needed them, and remaining a living doll who was adored and respected by the magical creatures and the townsfolk. Over time, however, Marie began to notice that strange things began to happen in her castle. Furniture was moving, objects were disappearing, and mirrors were showing reflections that weren't there in reality. Marie began to suspect that the castle might be cursed or inhabited by evil forces. One dark and gloomy night, Marie heard soft whispers and laughter in the corridors of the castle. She followed the sounds and came upon a small room containing an old and gloomy doll that looked like an exact replica of Marie. The doll drew Marie's attention to her dark eyes, glittering with anger. The doll introduced herself as Claudia and told Marie that she had been created by a master who was jealous of Marie and wanted to take her back. Claudia was a rejected doll who hated Marie for her beauty and happiness. She cursed the castle and began to commit atrocities to scare Marie away. Marie was shocked by the discovery of the truth, but she decided to confront Claudia. She used her wisdom and kindness to expose Claudia's evil schemes to the magical creatures and inhabitants of the castle. With the help of her friends, Marie was able to lift the curse on the castle and free Claudia from the wizard's evil influences. When Claudia realized her mistakes, she apologized to Marie and asked for forgiveness. Marie, showing mercy, forgave her and offered to help her. Claudia was touched by this show of compassion and decided to change. From then on, Marie and Claudia became friends. Claudia helped Marie manage the castle and took care of the magical world they shared. The castle became a meeting place for various magical beings who came to visit Marie and Claudia to enjoy their hospitality and wise advice. The castle became the center of magical events and a place where magical beings could find support and help. Marie became even wiser and stronger through her adventures with Claudia. She learned to appreciate kindness, mercy, and forgiveness, and became a true legend among the magical creatures and townsfolk. Claudia, in turn, found her place in the world and became a dear friend to Marie. The legend of Marie and Claudia spread far beyond the city, and their story began to inspire many people and magical beings. Many came to the castle to seek Marie's advice and receive her wise counsel. Marie became a legendary sage who helped anyone who needed her help, and her name became a symbol of kindness, mercy, and wisdom. Claudia also found her place in the magical world. She learned to use her skills and knowledge to help others and became known as an expert in creating and restoring magical items. She also helped Marie manage the castle and kept it safe. Over time, Marie and Claudia's castle became a famous place, attracting the attention of many people and